I'm fooling around with the camera and muted myself. Tisha done got me thrown out. Hold on, let me fix my background. Y'all know what's back there. It ain't like y'all ain't never seen it before. It's that fan back there. Look, y'all done seen back there before. Stop acting like y'all ain't seen back there before. So yeah. And if the background ain't gonna come back up, then I can just simply just take the dang on green screen down. But if I push it, it's gonna fall on something. But yeah. Y'all get to see my desk again. Y'all ain't seen all this in a minute. But it still look the same back there, y'all. See? It's still the same back there out there. Y'all see my wig head? Mind your damn business. They go my Pilates mat. It look the same back there. I don't know what it's doing, but we ain't gonna worry about it. Hold on. Yeah, we ain't gonna worry about it. Instagram new to this foolishness, y'all. Y'all not. Right. I mean, they like y'all ain't seen back there. I don't know what happened. It was a glitch in the system. But y'all done saw back there before. Ain't nothing new. It's some stuff. Look, that little bag right there, this green screen go in it. That case right there, the stand go in it. It ain't like y'all ain't seen what's back there before. Y'all done saw my little purse that's in the reflection mirror. Y'all done saw that fan. Ain't none of this stuff y'all knew. We minding our business. Honey, I don't be caring. Y'all usually get me on the couch in my pajamas. So for y'all to say, look, it's okay. I guess it'll decide to work when it wants to, but I'm gonna call it complain to them people because this StreamYard stuff, well, it's free, but I paid for the upgraded one. But anyway, let's get back to our question. Maybe it'll catch up with us. We ain't gonna worry about it. If it do, it do. If it don't, it don't. Would you rather a well? The post said something a little bit different. The post itself said, "Excuse me. Would you rather a cheating husband that provides for his family or a faithful husband that cannot?" But I didn't want to single no fellas out because y'all know I don't take sides. Sometimes I do because I'm a girl. But if she was wrong, so I didn't want to leave nobody out. So would you rather a rich unfaithful spouse or a broke faithful spouse? Which would you prefer? Which would you have? I know some people say they'd rather have the rich, cheating spouse. I know, but them people either done not lived enough or they ain't lived through what other people don't live through. And or they have. And it's just certain things that they just are willing to deal with. Some people it's like that for some folks. And that's on them. Me personally, I'll take the faithful husband. I'll take him broke. And I don't mean broke, you know, because I run into, exactly, Tisha. Tisha says I need him to be faithful. We can work on the money. Exactly. I need him to be faithful. We can work on that. We can get there. We can build. I can help you, show you how. But yeah, if you rich and cheating, how much money? It's gonna have to be a lot, and I still ain't gonna be in a position to accept the cheating because then I'm gonna know he giving that helper some money. Yeah. Now this right here, girl, she talking about the not so rich spouse. I'm with you when you're right. I'm with you. I would rather take the not so rich. I would, I would rather because we can always build, we can always improve, we can always work together and move forward as a team. A man who is rich and unfaithful, I ain't gonna say he started out unfaithful. He might not, he might have, but money presents opportunities, and you know, sometimes the flesh is weak and folks fall into temptation and lose. You know what I'm saying? Or, they just don't make the right decisions. So I would rather take the the not so rich, faithful spouse. The listen, if I got to seriously choose between him cheating and not cheating, it's gonna always be the not cheating. I don't care because if he's faithful, then I'm rich in a way of how he treats and loves me. I'm rich in a different way. You know what I'm saying? He may not, y'all know that song say, I'd rather have Jesus than silver and gold. Same concept. He ain't Jesus. But hey, I would much rather I'd be rich in how he loves me and how he takes care of me and how he cherishes me. I would be rich in that aspect. And we could always work to be better and to build something as a couple. Rich dude, he ain't faithful. I ain't saying oh y'all getting y'all goddamn on feelings, rich people. If any rich people watching, we ain't saying that y'all all rich people are unfaithful. We're just asking if someone had to choose. Now we do see a lot of these rich people caught up in entanglements that I guess is opportunity. You know what I mean? All right, so Miss Ray says money can't buy health. It's risks that come with cheating. It is very big risks that come with cheating because people be peopling and everybody ain't sanitary. Was I out of line? Was I out of line? Tell me if I was out of line with that. But that's the truth. I just put on here what a month or two ago. Go get checked up. It's checkup time. It's your annual checkups. Get them done in the first quarter of the year. Go make sure you straight. I don't care what doctor you got to go see. I go see all of mine. I go see the PCP. I go see the gynecologist. I go see the people at the lab. Hey, I go see the people at imaging. But I go see all of them within a couple of weeks. And do people don't be healthy? People don't be sanitary. So you definitely got to take that into consideration always. They out there doing all of that. Oh, I'm shining. They doing the same, y'all. It's almost about time for me to check. Try my El Maquillage makeup. I'm starting to get my color back from the cruise. See, well, see, it's almost back. But anyway, so I know there's people out there that would pick the latter because of money, and I would bet that if those people who chose to go with the rich, unfaithful spouse, wife, or husband, that at some point they're not happy about something, and at some point they won't be because that connection that they're longing for. I mean, you gonna know it. If somebody's cheating, you can't. It, okay, when you were younger, you may not have been able to pick up the signs, but once you reach a certain age, and I do mean like mid-20s, I ain't talking about 30 or 40. You know the signs in high school. Come on now. Now that I think about it, you know the signs in high school. You know when your little boyfriend or little girlfriend is cheating. Because what happens? Somebody, for one, gonna come tell you, or for two, he gonna do something or say something. He gonna get caught. That's just how it happens. Girls do it too, but I'm a girl and I date men, so I'm just telling you from my perspective. Okay? Just so you know. But and if a person decides that they want, hey, that's their business. If they want to pick somebody that's rich and unfaithful, they may have ulterior motives. They may have their own. And but people live like that too, and people live like that, and they just come to an agreement. But that's a little bit of an open marriage. And I, if you're gonna have an open marriage, then what's the point of your marriage? I don't get it. I don't. That part just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. If I wanted to have an open marriage, I wouldn't have married you. We could have just continued to date, and then I could have easily walked away. We ain't have to, mince finances, homes, houses, all. We ain't have to do any of that. So I don't see the point of rich unfaithful spouse. I mean, how do you benefit besides money? But I just feel like that type of situation would be miserable. I could be wrong. But I feel like that type of situation would be miserable to be in because the only way that you're making yourself happy is by material things. None of that, you know. He might be doing the other stuff, y'all. He might be still being supportive and stuff. If he's rich in that aspect, somebody else has made a note to send you flowers. Oh, it's the wife's birthday. Oh, send us some flowers. I already did. They were delivered this morning. Y'all see how they be doing it in the movies. I wonder if that's how it goes down in real life. I wonder if that depiction is correct in the movies. I'm just curious, y'all. I'm just curious. Hmm. I'm just curious if that's how it actually goes down in real life. Y'all, I'm over here playing with stuff. We about to see something. Uh-huh. Okay. I didn't check the cameras to see or the mics to see which one was on. I got so much equipment hooked up over here, y'all. I have so much equipment, microphones, cameras, laptops, screens, but I don't. I it was like this before. The only thing that got added was the microphone, and I planned on adding one anyway for work because I use all this stuff for work. But I just thought it was quite interesting to me because my very first initial answer was, yeah, I want the faithful broke guy. I feel like it, I ain't saying that he would. Now, if he faithful, then I ain't worried about nothing else. We'll get the rest. Y'all know I be clicking on stuff. I see Wish for Wire. I see Black Anchor Grooming. I can't see anything else on the Instagram side. If I go to my Instagram, I probably can see it. But we ain't gonna mess with it because if I close it out, that means I'm gonna have to go back and fix it, and I'm not. So they can still see me. I hope. Yeah, they can still see me. But anyway, that was our topic for today. And of course, I always got some extra to tell y'all, don't I? I gotta always save the juicy part for last. But before we wrap up on this part of the show, and move on to something more entertaining, um, be careful what you ask for. Make sure that you choose people for all the right reasons because sometimes it does turn around to bite you. If you are fortunate enough, and I know a lot of people who have been and who are, you know, you find your person and it just works. As long as you both are working toward the same goal and that goal that you both are working toward includes one another, then there's nothing that can stop you from getting there but you. So any other day of the week, every other day of the week, I'm gonna always choose me a faithful man over a cheating one because I'm being got a charge and got locked up because the level of disrespect that has been displayed. I'm just saying. It's just like no, there's just certain things you don't. I feel like you just don't do or you shouldn't do, especially if you're married. I don't feel like cheating is not something I take lightly. I was married and I got cheated on, and no, it didn't feel good. So I would never put somebody else in that position. And if I know your wife, I'm gonna tell on you. I'm just letting you know. Um, yeah, it's unattractive. Can't stand to marry somebody trying to. And, uh, your wife, I got something to tell her. I can't stand it because there's nothing that you can do for me as a married individual. But it's either a rich, unfaithful spouse or a broke, faithful spouse. I want that less fortunate man that's gonna be faithful to me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. I don't. His money can't buy love. Money can't buy happiness. So marrying because he's rich, knowing he's unfaithful, or him being faithful in the beginning and turn or you thought he was and turns out to be unfaithful and he's rich. At that point, honey, take him for what he got. Just go ahead and leave and take him to court. Whether there's a prenup or not, make sure there's always a clause in the event that he or she, depending on who the rich person is, make sure there's an adultery clause in your prenup if you do decide to marry someone who's rich. And if you are rich, would you rather a broke faithful spouse or a rich faithful spouse? Works the same way, I guess. Makes sense to me. Anyway, let's gossip. Let's gossip. I'm gonna talk about myself because I can. I have had, you know what? All right, so I kind of like talked about this. I talk about this dude all the time. It's just not at one time, except I think a couple of episodes I did. But these exes of mine. All right, I got this one ex, right? They call my phone all the time. All the time. And so this weekend, y'all, I answered the dang on phone. And I was sitting there with my cousin and my aunt. And they are when I'm down, when I go home, they're around. And they know they know this dude. And so, but they all kind of came to the same conclusion. And like I told y'all, yes, I remember I talked about this because I texted my best friend and told her to get on the live so she can answer this question. She said that he acts like the chick in the situation, and I act like the dude. And it's just simply because I feel like you be wanting to argue about stuff that doesn't make sense to me. You want to talk about things that are irrelevant, or you want to ask me the same question over and over and over again as if the answer is going to change. It is a ton of things. So he called this weekend, and I answered the phone, and I was hanging out with my cousins and my aunt and her mouth. No sooner than I was like, cause well, the phone was sitting on the table and his name came up on the phone, and no sooner than I answered it, I was like, "Oh my god!" So I was like, "All right, I'm gonna answer this," because I knew it was going to be entertaining. Because I'm sitting here with the crew, I knew it was going to be entertaining because they have witnessed his behavior. Uh, I don't even know how to explain it. I would say, all right, so and I see why they say I see because it's so much as he's always calling. And I'd be like, man, why you keep calling my phone like this? Like I'll answer the phone, I'll talk to him, and I'll be like, all right, I'll call you when I'm done. Or, in an hour or two. Hang up. 15 minutes later, he called back. So he called this weekend. I answered the phone. Ah, and my, we know who it is. We know. So I answered the phone. My aunt said, "Oh, I can't remember if she said his name or not, but she was like, oh, he act like he your child." It's so bad. It's so bad. When I tell you it's the nagging, the whining, and the complaining, I'm like, I don't want to hear all this. I don't even want to hear it because as the female, I feel like he's never given me the room to whine and complain and nag. So I always be like, oh my God, it can't be that serious. And it always is about something that's stupid. Hey, Leonard, how are you? It's always about something stupid. And so, and he said, what she said, I was like, I- she didn't stop there, y'all. She kept talking. He's so nitwit, he don't even catch on that it's you that they're describing. And yes, I might be wrong, y'all, for being extremely entertained, but I saw no lies in her statement. So, I mean, I truly think that I've said certain things that are very similar to that. So, I got my own dose of nagging, whining, and complaining, and like, it's like, I, I like hit me up. It's like, how long we been together? We're not. We're not together, sir. What are you talking about? We is together. No, we are not. We're not together. Do you remember how long it's been? No, no, I don't. I don't remember nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. There's no need to keep up with the time because ain't no time to keep up with. I don't get it. I don't get why there's always a delay in. Yeah, I know I did a episode on this early on. Why men wait to be great? Why they wait to try to get your attention when they denied it and fought against it. And then when you don't give them their attention anymore, it's like, what happened? You happened, brother. you. You happened. So I'm always slightly entertained. I'm always slightly entertained. I told y'all if it's not, it's always something over here. So I always have something to talk about. And then I know somebody, I think it might have been Linda that asked me why when I was talking about this dude a couple of weeks ago, like why you still I'm like, cause I be going, I need stuff to tell y'all. I might be wrong for that. Hmm. Well, no, because if you're gonna continue to call me, so I block his number, he'll call me from his work phone. I can't block that because it comes up private. He'll call me screaming, unblock my number. I'd be like, you really do need some help, you know that, right? You really need some help. I never experienced nothing like this in my life. I'm like, this is this is for real, for real. You would think that I, as a female, would be the one that's acting like this. You block me, I have a whole temper tantrum, raging, private number calling you, telling you to unblock my phone. Oh, I miss you. No, I ain't mad at it. It's cute until it's not, y'all. And at this big age, it's like, come on, bro. We not doing this. I'm glad don't know. Look, glad don't nobody know where I stay. I am. I'm glad. But then I ain't worried about that either. You got to know how to get in the gate. And if you don't know how to get in the gate, you won't get in the gate. So I'm not worried about it. But I keep finding things so interesting. Just like every day. I had an interesting I had an interesting day today. Can't tell y'all about it. Ain't y'all business. Everything everything ain't for y'all. The stuff that's for y'all, I'ma tell y'all. But some stuff, I keep so much stuff because it's mine. I don't even want to tell y'all what y'all need to know here for podcasting purposes. Okay? Everything ain't entertaining. Like what Leonard say? And why is that? What, Kizzy, you have haters? I've had haters my entire life. And I ain't did nothing to nobody. I ain't did nothing to nobody. I can tell you right now, one of my best friends in middle school, when she initially met me, well, not even meet me, like everybody go to sixth grade, go to middle school. We went to two different elementary schools, so she didn't know me. And she didn't like me because apparently I thought I was all that in sixth grade. And I actually asked her one day, why you don't like me? And it was something, I think I'm all that, I dress different or whatever. And I never thought anything about it. about dressing different. And what she meant by dressing different is over the summer, we would go to Buffalo, New York, and spend time with my cousins there on my mom's side of the family, my mom's first cousins and their kids. They have my cousins, I have cousins that are my age that are my second cousins or whatever, third cousin, however it plays out. Um, and so while we were there, my mom and my daddy would just take us school shopping. So we're in a different region. And yes, what is available on the market, on the retail market, is not always the same based on where you live. Of course, Florida is a warmer climate. They don't sell winter clothes that often. Buffalo, New York, you can literally drive across the bridge and be in Canada. It's cold up there. So I was able to get some nice things. And then it was New York. So we weren't far from New York City where fashion week and all that type of stuff happens, and New York fashion, all that stuff was not as big as it is now, but all that stuff existed. And so I would just have, a different style. I've always had my own style. But and when she told me that, I was in y'all, I've always had good sense. Even in sixth grade, I had good sense. I can't remember if I asked her at the end of sixth grade or the beginning of seventh grade. But she didn't like me our entire sixth grade year, and I ended up asking her, "What's your problem?" I don't remember how I asked her, but I needed to know what the lick read, and that's what she told me. And I was like, "I can't help that. We go to New York every summer, and that's when my mom and my daddy bought it my school clothes." And I can attest after, and she didn't know me after it was seventh grade. It was sixth grade that she didn't like me. It was seventh grade when I asked her. After asking her that question, and she answering me and me responding to her answer. Look, I've always been a communicator. I ain't got time to argue. I need to get down to the dirt. We became best friends. When I say best friends, spending the night at each other's house, dressing alike for them summer softball games. And it was just a weird thing. I'm real big on why what's your beef with me? What's your problem? Because 99% of the time it be some BS. At 11, I wasn't thinking about what Reddit didn't have. I was 11, but I had enough sense to rationalize to ask, "Why don't you like me?" And when it was one of the reasons, it wasn't a whole lot. I think I'm all that because I dress different. I don't think I'm all that, and I dress different because I have to wear the clothes that I am purchased. I'm a kid, so yeah. I've had people who probably still don't like me to this day, and I merely exist. Do I care? Shit, no. I never have. That's not my problem. Especially if I ain't did nothing to you. I can't be worried about it. I'm sure I'm sure there's some haters lurking out there. I hope not. I don't want anybody not to like me, but it doesn't matter if they do. Everybody ain't everybody's cup of tea. I'm okay with that. And I hope y'all be okay with it too. Don't, at this point it's comical at this big age. If you don't like me, you really need to pray. I'm gonna pray for you. So yeah, I'm thinking about I'm gonna do a giveaway. I do know that. But I'm thinking about, I keep getting nudged toward this dating. Oh God. All right, so somebody wanted me to do an auction. Weird, right? I guess that's the same thing. I guess that's just as creepy as the dating app, right? Well, for me anyway. I don't know. So I got to figure out which one of these things. They wanted me to do an experiment on the dating app, and I'm like, yeah, that's just not going to happen. That is a disaster waiting to happen. Trying to me on it, I'm not doing that. I'm not. I just I see the screenshots that everybody's post that they're not everybody. That people who are on these dating apps post. I see them, and not men and women. I see them, and I'll be like, "Ooh, this is why I don't go on these dating apps." Then they said they wanted that I should do. They wanted to auction off a date with me, but I was like, I'm not coming to South Carolina for that. I don't know them people. And what if I end up liking the person that buys me? You know what I'm saying? You gonna be my hero. But I was like, so I don't know. They're trying to get me. I've been presented a couple of ideas about certain things, and I just don't know how I feel about them because how I personally feel about them. But in the best interest of content creation, I have been encouraged to do so. I didn't know. Well, what's the problem is that you can't find a date, Kizzy? No, it's not that I can't find a date. I just be real skeptical on going on dates, especially meeting somebody on an app or on the internet. I'm kind of old fashioned. I kind of need for you to walk up on me and say, "Excuse me, miss, what's your name?" Um, yeah, there's something creepy about that whole concept. Not so much as yeah, and there it is. Yeah, don't settle. And then I tend to intimidate men. I'll be doing nothing but being myself. Um, Not all of them, but guys that I think are really nice dudes. I don't know. I guess something about this woman reaches in and snatches the little boy up out of him, be like, "Come here, little Johnny." I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Um, but I've been told that I'm intimidating, and I'm like, "Oh, is that it?" And it's not so much as me intimidating you. It's just that I ain't going for the BS. I don't beat around the bush. I shoot straight from the hip. Y'all let him say he can't find a woman today. You know what? We're gonna have to do us a speed dating. I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna see if I can do it virtually. Um, yeah, I'm gonna see if I can do a virtual speed date so people can sign up to speed date to meet people. If I would leave the house, see, it's not even that. I leave the house and I do get approached. It's just that oftentimes, in my opinion, these men are too young for me that approach me. I'd be like, "Oh, baby, no." I mean, I don't think I look that damn young, but no. Um, you got to move around. You gotta get out of your area. You gotta, when you out traveling doing what you do. I don't know what you do, but I'm just saying. But it's kind of hard for me being a woman when I'm traveling to meet somebody because I'm out by myself in a city where I don't know anybody most of the time, and I ain't there. I'm there on business. I'm there to go to work, so I ain't hanging out or anything like that. So, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna have to. Somebody had asked. I get so many requests for so many different things. I just be like, ugh, I don't have time for that. I don't be having time for that. What up, little dude? Hello, Miss Majario. How are you? I don't know if she's still on there, but I see her name. So yeah, look, I'm having a problem finding a man of my caliber to date. Yeah, I can meet you where you are, but if it's too far, I can't meet you. I can meet you where you are, but if it's too far, I can't meet you. You know what I mean? You come a little closer. And when I say that, I mean accepting a person for who they are. You have your tolerables, you have your intolerables, but you have to eat some of those intolerables. You just have to decide what they are because it ain't gonna all be cookies and creams. It might be boulders and blocks. You never know. Anyway, Ooh, my time is just about up. Y'all, I've been working out, getting my muscle tones back. I used to be really, really, really ripped up. Not really, really like bulky. I just used to be really cut because I was a cheerleader and I danced and did all that stuff. But y'all know how many years ago that was? Mm, mm, mm. A lot. Just know that. So, going to the doctor, right? And I was wondering why I'm so sore. Everything I do, I'm sore. Well, I know what that issue is. We're working on it. So, but that vitamin D deficiency is, oh my God, y'all, this vitamin D deficiency is has me so tired. Why am I so amped up now? Because I took extra vitamin D. Because I was like, this little 2 gummies a day and this multivitamin, I need three. So I had to amp it up because my vitamin D super low and I was just exhausted all the time. So I started my Pilates like a couple of weeks. I went to the doctor and they was like, "Well, we're good because yeah, my soreness is gone." I was like sore to the touch, so my soreness is gone. I got one more pill to take, but it's kidney flush. And whew, hey Nova London, I don't know if Nova London joined or if her mommy joined, but Nova London joined on Instagram. Nova, we'll talk to you next week, girl. Y'all, it's so funny. I can't wait for y'all. I cannot wait for y'all to hear this little girl talk. TikTok, hear her talk all the time. Her supernova game. And then I cannot wait. I have questions to ask. It's my grandbaby, so I'm super excited to have her on. She's a little mini influencer. So she's a little mini TikTok star. I had her mama on, so now I need to have her on. And she gonna have her own interview. And no, she doesn't need any help. She won't need no help. Her mama gonna set it up and let it go. Nova ain't gonna need no help. Nova gonna hold it down. And Nana cannot wait to interview. Y'all, listen, I'm a crybaby. I'm going to tell y'all now. My niece turned 10 on Friday. I was crying. I cried. I was like, oh my God, my baby's 10. And so I was super, super, super excited and super proud and just elated that I had my daughter on. But why my baby feels so much better? I'm sorry. Nana cannot wait to talk to two. I cannot. I cannot wait. I'm gonna ask her questions. How do you want? I'm asking before I get on, y'all. Before I bring her on, like before Tuesday, next Tuesday, I'm gonna ask her how does she want Nana to, what would she like for Nana to call her during her interview? Does she want Nana to call her Nana Two, Nana Tootie, Tootie, or no? She gonna tell me. I already know. Nana cannot wait to talk to her next week, and it's she tickles me to death because Lottie, she's a Cancer too. Yeah, we do. Speaking on that, this is look, we Cancers feel everything. I'm telling y'all, this is a true statement. If you know a Cancer, have a conversation with them about something and watch they say, I knew it. Or they're gonna say, I told you. Watch. I kid you not. We isolate ourselves because we are the emotional leaders in the zodiac realm. We isolate ourselves at times because we got to deal with all that we feel coming in, and we have to just go into a space, and it ain't like we depressed. We just are decompressing or digressing. It's just like, I want to feel my own feelings. I don't want to feel everything around me. We notice it in everything you do. Very emotional, and there is either we it's no in between emotion. Either we that emotion or we're not. We either on 100 or whatever emotion it is, or we're not. If we crying, it ain't no little bit, we crying, ain't no in between. If we mad, we oh, I'm kind of mad. No, we piss the hell off. We read, we feel you, Lottie. Yes, we do, Lottie. We feel all of that. We can read you. And we ain't got to ask you nothing. All we got to do but sit back and see what color the wall gonna be. This is why men can't get it. They don't be getting nothing past me. And ain't nobody figured it out yet. I'm a Cancer. Y'all better do y'all research. Y'all might not believe in this, that, the third, but y'all do know that they talk about the lining of the stars. in the Bible. And they came up with that from somewhere, and they figured some stuff out. So do y'all research. Do y'all research? I'm telling you. So that's why cancer, you can't get nothing past the cancer. They might sit there and look and not say a word, but when they do, they're gonna tell you everything that you did, when you did it, how you did it, and how it made them feel, and what they gonna do about the feelings that you didn't made them have based off of what you did. Then they say, Lord, problems. So when I tell you, look, if you done piss me off and I ain't got nothing to say, I done already wiped my hands up. You ain't got to worry about me no more. I'm not gonna argue with you. I ain't gonna go back and forth with you. None of that. As long as I'm arguing, I care. But the minute I stop, baby, y'all see what my shirt say? Oh, y'all, I got on one of these infamous shirts today. I forgot. I hope I'm married by 40. If not, oh well. I told y'all I got a bunch of them, but I think y'all done saw this one before. Um, I like these shirts. So what? I like these shirts. All right, y'all. It is the bottom of the hour. Um, again, I'm sorry, we Chester couldn't make it tonight. It is the first Tuesday of the month. Him had a toothache, and yeah, I hate my mouth hurting. It ain't. That's why my mouth don't hurt. To make sure that um, but we are booked. We got guests all this month, y'all. We got Nova coming in next week from Supernova Gang. We got Navia Patterson coming in from Push Purpose Faith podcast. Mr. Will Clark will be the CEO of Nadaj Baka, and Takovi is coming in to give us an update on Backstreet. We get updates this week. Updates, updates, updates. And thank you, Leonard. I appreciate it. I took it easy on y'all tonight. Y'all know I ain't got no drink, and I had to last minute improvise. We was gonna talk about the same thing anyway. But yeah, we'll have Chester back on the first Tuesday of the month next month. He wanted to come make up. He wanted to come back on a different Tuesday, like maybe like in a week. But I was like, I got guests for the rest of the month. Thank God for that. I don't know what he doing it, but I hope he keep doing it. And I receive it in the name of Jesus. I'm booked and busy. I'm about to go back to work too, y'all. But I ain't leaving my house. I ain't accepting no projects that requires me to travel right now. It's just not happening. The sip and chat is coming up June 29th. Again, I'm gonna release all of that stuff by the end of this week. I just gotta make sure all of the promotional stuff is done. Um, graphic designer apparently was under the weather. I don't know. I haven't talked to him when the last time I talked. I think he had a stomach virus or something. So I've been doing extra work that I don't want to do. But it's okay. I ain't mad about it. It's my show, right? Exactly. All right, y'all. So I got to go make myself some dinner. I do have something that I need to do tonight. I don't want to, but I'm gonna. Lord have mercy. I'm gonna have to take me another vitamin D shot. But I'm sitting here, y'all, and let me tell y'all the crazy stuff that I do. It ain't never on purpose. I don't know. I don't know what I be thinking sometimes. All right, so I just happened to look down and saw this. All right, so this is a check, right? This check been sitting on my desk since October. I had to call the people and tell them to send me a note. I just so happened to stumble across it last Thursday. I knew it was there. It was just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It ain't no little check either. It ain't no like $2, $3. It ain't. It ain't. It ain't. It's not. It's enough to. It's enough for me not to have let it sit there since October. It's dated October what 19th. We gonna work it out. All right, y'all. Y'all know what I always say. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's always my pleasure to come and find y'all in here waiting or wanting to even sit here and listen to talk to me. So Thank y'all. I appreciate it. I got so much stuff to tell y'all. It is ridiculous. Leonard, mind your business. I just act. Listen. I don't. I be trying. Good night. Good night, Lottie. Thanks for tuning in. All right, y'all. So I'll see y'all next Tuesday when we're gonna have Miss Nova London on the 4-year-old TikTok influencer, and we're gonna talk to her about how she feel about all of that stuff. Trust me, she gonna talk about a little bit of everything. She my grandbaby. Hey, she gonna talk, but she gonna make sure that she answers the questions, and she might even ask Nana a couple of questions, and I'm gonna answer them for her. So, so good night, y'all. Y'all know what I always say: be good at it, but wait a minute, be good or be good at it, but don't get caught. Love and light. I'm out. Mhm. Mm, 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 mm.